unmute.
As soon as you hear the music, as a kitty just pulled down our green screen.
Hey, Jameson.
See, this is great behind the scenes footage.
Dang it.
Yeah, there, dickhead.
Oh, that's on YouTube.
Actually, they don't hear us right now.
We just see the cat fly.
I'm like in between. That was funny, Sean. Can we take a screenshot of that's hilarious?
We can grab it.
Dang it.
Oh,
all
going
right.
for that one instead.
All right, here we go. As soon as the music goes live, that's when they'll hear us.
So what is my Instagram handle? I'm trying to.
We are back with another episode of Rules for Dating. How's everybody doing?
Woo!
Holla.
I'm Sean Stewart.
I'm Marilyn Ann Michaels.
And I'm Allie Smith.
And joining us today, we've got a guest, Mr. Nate. Nate Clark.
Balls! What's up?
At Nathan Ray Clark. Tweet him. He is our resident guest for today. Dating master, maybe we should say.
Yeah.
You've been on a few dates, haven't you?
I would like to consider myself more of a dating jack of all trades, or jack off of all trades.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh, we started this one.
We're starting this one good. I like this show. I'm getting pretty excited about this. How's everybody doing? Marilyn, you doing okay over there?
I'm so great. Yay, hi.
Where are we today, Allie?
We are. The hills are alive
with the sound of music.
We're in the loft, and we are coming straight to you live on YouTube
Yeah.
to bring you the rules for dating.
First live show of the year, even though we're in August.
Numero uno.
Or October. What month is this? I don't know what this month is.
It's
It's
September.
not
It's September.
August. It's almost October.
It's almost October. Well, hey, I got a couple things I want to talk about. One thing that has been taking the internet by storm is something that the guys over at Simple Pickup did. Have you girls seen this video just yet?
I don't know.
I think we should take a moment to look at it.
Few dates on Tinder. Catch is when her dates arrive, Sarah's gonna weigh a little more than her photo suggests.
Ooh, she's pretty.
Oh,
What?
it's like the Nutty Professor. So she set up these dates on Tinder.
Hi.
And then she
Yeah.
shows us
Hi.
weighing
Yeah,
just a little
yeah.
more.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Have a seat. Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
It's me.
You look a little different than your picture.
How old is your picture on your Tinder?
Ouch.
Not super old.
Like, you know.
No, like maybe 6 months ago. Oh my God, you are so much cuter in person.
Thank you.
Yeah. You look just like your photo. It's so crazy. I saw you over there and I was like, I'm like 99% sure that's him.
I can't say the same. You look quite different.
Oh,
You
nice.
actually look so much different than your picture.
You know, you're the first person to tell me that.
All right, so she's like great. She like totally plays the part. But this is what I love. Like later in the video, this guy cracks me up.
I think if you just go around the corner over here. Okay, great.
So he's asked to go to the bathroom. He's like, is there a bathroom around here? Anyway, long and short of it is There's one guy out of the 4 or out of the 5 that stick around. So it's this guy here in the blue shirt. She finally tells him and like confesses, but it's a little social experiment. They're kind of seeing what is going on. They're really seeing like are guys really what they're looking for? Are they looking for someone that looks exactly like they look in their pictures, or she shows up looking a little different, and they're kind of caught off guard. One guy is even like really defensive. He's like, I don't like being lied to.
I feel bad for those guys. I mean, it was a very valid, really relevant social experiment to do, but I feel bad for those guys.
You feel bad?
Yeah. It's like they were, what's that word? They were entrapped.
A little entrapment?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
They were like tricked into being jerks when really
Oh no, I feel
they are jerks, but they pretend to not be jerks.
I feel bad for them too, because I know that that's what happens in real life.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
Does it?
like that. Yeah, I think that people misrepresent themselves.
Have you experienced that?
Well, I've experienced it. Yes. I don't know if I can share it, but I just want to say, like, I feel like we don't just misrepresent ourselves physically, but also like personality wise too.
Like how?
Like all these fake nerds out there, people pretending to be nerds to get the hot nerds.
I mean, that's hot right now, especially
I know.
with
Nerd chic.
Nerd chic.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Technical difficulties are all falling upon us as lights go on Maryland. Maryland, you are just so electric that you were like blowing out lights over here.
Am I?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is, because if you look at your shot, it's like dark right now.
Ooh, I bet I look so goth. I love it.
You're faking the goth look today.
Yeah, I'm misrepresenting myself as a goth.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're it's a little dark over there.
too
That's
bad.
fine. I'll
Not
take
too
it.
bad.
I'll take it. It's okay. Nathan, what about you?
All I gotta say is, I didn't get to hear the audio of that video, but I did get to see it. All I have to say is, mo cushion, mo pushing, baby.
Oh my god!
Mo cushion, mo pushing. Hashtag that.
Well, the idea, Nathan, was that she was just setting them up.
Right.
She was misrepresenting herself on the dating
Absolutely.
site, right?
And have you ever experienced anything like that?
Oh, totally. I myself, for the viewers out there who don't know me, and most of them do, I've done quite a bit of online dating, as I've explained to y'all. I've hit up the OkCupid, the Plenty of Fish, the Tinder, and yeah, that's one of the things I've kind of come across is a problem of people misrepresenting themselves, or at least putting up pictures that aren't exactly current or don't represent them physically, and it's kind of both sides of it. Like, I don't, to be honest, in that video, I would have been the guy that would have stuck around. I may not have necessarily wanted a second date with that girl, but I at least would have stuck around. I don't like rush out of there. I don't just like point fingers at someone and say, oh, you suck. You shouldn't misrepresent yourself. People shouldn't, but I'm not that kind of confrontational kind of guy. So, but yeah, no, that stuff does happen. It does happen, and it's it's a little annoying.
It's just part of the thing, I think. For me, like, I went on a date with a guy who said he was 6'5". I showed up to the date, and he was actually 5'6", and he was also disabled, which is fine. He was.
I mean, I'm not laughing at the fact that like disabled
No.
guys dating, but did you know that he was disabled? I mean, was he like
No,
totally
I
trying
mean-
to get one over on you?
No, well, he brought up like an accident that had happened and said, I'm no longer on crutches. Everything's fine now. So I wasn't expecting that. But irregardless, I still gave him a full hour of my attention, and but I just feel like when we do that, when we misrepresent ourselves, we're just cutting ourselves off from the people that would actually be maybe into that, Like, let's say if you're pretending to be a fake nerd, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand the lying and the deception.
The fake nerd thing is like, that's kind of a thing right now. It's like, I'm going to pretend to, you know, be a nerd, that I'm into comics and I'm all that. I mean, if you do your due diligence and watch Star Wars like as many times as I have, then sure, fine, you can be as much of a nerd as I am. That said, I think that's like a really trendy kind of thing, especially like a way to maybe increase a little bit of your star status, like immediately get some of those, you know, some of those folks in, because let's face it, I mean, the nerd community is really, really like, they're really committed to and supporting the people that kind of embody that type of lifestyle. But if you're going to kind of like pose, I mean, I think ultimately that's what you are. You're kind of posing.
Thing, like for me, I think there's nothing worse than posing as a fake nerd, because it's so popular right now to do that. And like, if I've gone on dates with a lot of nerds, and like if I just showed up with a Blade Runner t-shirt on and pretended to know about all of these things, and then, you know, then I'm just lying.
It's just not fair.
Lying.
It's
Yeah.
not fair, because think of all the John Hughes movies, you know, like think about, you know, the Anthony Michael Hall character and the John Cryer character. You know, he's crying in the rain, and they have like these like retainers, and Joan Cusack, and she can't, you know, drink out of the water fountain correctly, you know, and
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
For all the viewers that don't understand the movie reference, what movie are you talking about?
Pretty in Pink.
Wait, and 16 Candles.
16
I think
Candles
as well.
Oh, 16,
I think you
and
were like
Pretty
mixed.
Pink and 16 Candles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
My point is that like is John Hughes, you know, gave those kids a voice in those movies, you know, and they weren't cool, and they, you know, they were the underdogs, and now it's like they've all been vindicated. It's like cool to be geeky, which is
feel like-
great, but I want it to be real.
No, of course. I feel like Nathan has something to say.
Right?
Nathan, you ever deceived somebody?
Have I ever deceived somebody? I'm a male, so at some point I had to have deceived somebody.
just by association with the male sex.
Just a simple association that I have balls and a penis, and I've done that. Although not to like a huge degree. I think, if anything, I've told maybe like little white lies, and just little things that I usually think that the other person will never find out about me.
Like what?
Which
what's in? Do you have an example?
do I have an example? I have it's pretty bad. I got out of seeing somebody, and it was very brief. I think we were like 2 or 3 dates, but I got out of seeing somebody. And I told this person that I couldn't see them anymore because I was having a hard time getting over my ex, which was not true. I hadn't been with my ex in a month or so, and I was actually totally fine with that breakup. It was sort of a mutual kind of breakup, and then this person eventually found out. It got back to this person that I wasn't with, that I wasn't hung over my ex or any of this other stuff, and I felt like such an asshole. I felt like one for lying, because it's like I just be honest from the get-go in a situation like that. So that was one of.
This is great. Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're welcome.
I think we should, Sean.
Yeah. Yes, Marilyn.
I think I hear a little rule in here that we should debunk.
So Nathan almost spilled the beans here. The
He
rule
almost
is
did.
it's just a little white lie. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I personally think that dating is not Boy Scouts. You know, it's not trustworthy, honor, all that business. I think that
Says the Eagle Scout.
says guilty as charged. I'm an Eagle Scout. That was Cub Scout side. 2 years, Wolf. Anyway, but like, look. Just a little white lie, but like, how big is the white lie that you can get away with? Is the white lie you weigh 108 pounds, and then all of a sudden it's like you used a picture that was like 6 months ago, and now it's something else? It's deception, like we were seeing in the video, or is it something like oh yeah, I totally know how to make pancakes, and then you just don't? Like that would be something that I would probably tell a little white lie about. Be like, oh my God, you have to have my pancakes. They're the best in the world, especially if we were just talking about pancakes.
Well, Sean, I think.
I'm about to get like verbally spanked over here. I just know
Are
it.
you? No. Actually, no, I think it's great that you want to make pancakes for somebody, even if you don't know how to. And I think for women, like what we want is just somebody who will be willing to make us pancakes. We don't need somebody to have already been an expert pancake maker who went to the Cordon Bleu, in France or whatever. Like, we don't need that. We just want somebody that's willing to participate and see if they're interested in our things, But we want to know, I'm assuming guys do too. Like, we want to know, like, what's your deal? Like, what are you, we want to know the, no?
Yeah, and it's not a little white lie. It's a great big giant lie.
Huge.
It is misrepresenting yourself. You are wasting everybody's time. Mm-hmm. And it's not good for anybody. Be honest.
Nate says, I'll flap your jacks. That's what he says.
Got a comedian over here.
I have a feeling that since Nate is from Texas, or at least I assume, that guy can make some pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's saying no. Well, if there's anybody in this world that I at least want to hope can make pancakes, that's the Clune.
Well, yeah. Well, September, it's a big month for weddings.
It is.
That's right.
It's a very big month for
So I've
weddings.
heard.
And, we have a big wedding just happened last night. September 27th, Saturday. George Clooney wed Amal Alamuddin.
He got married.
He got married.
Crazy.
Mr. Undateable got married.
Yeah. Oh, he was plenty dateable. He was unmarriable.
Marriable. Forgive me.
Yes. After his marriage ended with Talia Balsam, it ended in '93. He swore off marriage completely. He has been, dating actresses and models, and been like the notorious, playboy. But they wed in a private ceremony in Venice, Italy.
What is I can't pronounce her name.
Amal Alamuddin. And she is not an actress, nor is she
What?
a model.
No.
What is
Nope,
she?
she is a barrister, which is fancy schmancy talk
She-
for lawyer. In
Oh.
Oh, I thought we were saying
how I know-
barista.
that's what I thought too, and then I had to bing that.
While you ladies laugh, I actually knew what a barrister was.
Oh, really?
I did. I actually played one on stage once.
Oh, Mr. Eagle Scout
really?
over here
Yeah.
and his vocabulary
Yeah,
and acting.
I played one on the production of. You guys will like this. I don't know if it's a little heard of, but Wizard of Oz. I was the barrister, and I said, "I pronounce her legally, and honorably dead."
I'm
It's the
glad
song
you
about
remember your lines.
the witch in the house and the okay.
I'm coming. No
Back-
witch
back-
is dead.
back to the-
No witch is dead.
Back to the Clune.
Yeah.
Back to the Clune.
She's gorgeous, by the way. Look at her.
Well, and we don't have any photos. I mean, this was recent. This was just. I mean, we're here live, and this was just last night, and there are no photos. There's nothing available. I think that they're doing like an exclusive spread in Vogue coming up, but so all of the guests had to leave their phones in their hotel rooms. Security was like crazy, and he was claiming that it was because of all the hacking and all the celebrity photos that have been being released all over the internet. So people could not bring their phones, and if they really needed to have a phone, could not be without their phone, like had to be able to check in with the babysitter. They had to turn on their phone, and they had to get a burner phone.
They got burner phones.
Phones!
So smart and serious.
I can bet you that this guy right here. There was a picture of
There
him.
you go.
Not Bill Murray or Bono, but I bet
Freaking
that
Cindy Crawford! Come on, guys.
this guy right here. He totally
Matt Damon?
He totally provided his own burner phone.
I'm sure he did.
Is that Matt Damon?
Jason Bourne. It was said to be a beautiful, intimate affair. It's still going on right now. It was like a full weekend thing. Like they're going to make it official
Jeez.
tomorrow. They're going to actually go fill out all the paperwork. The whole weekend, it's just like a whole affair to remember.
How much? I mean,
must be nice.
Celebrity weddings. They always. I'm always interested in how much they cost. How much did this one cost, Allie?
13 million.
$13 million?
Yeah, 13 million clams. And
what does this lady do for a living?
she is she's an attorney. She specializes in human rights.
Oh my
Marilyn,
She's
Marilyn,
quite the activist.
Marilyn, I
I
can
know where this is
guarantee that she didn't contribute much to this wedding. I mean, the Clooney made $13 million easy off of like Men Who Stare at Goats, and
I'm sure. However, like she should have been like, "No, Clooney, please, George, just give 12 million of this, please, to some humans other than ourselves."
because she's a human rights activist.
Yeah. Let's just give it to some people.
In his
Come on.
defense, they used, they served from 100 cases of his own Casamigos tequila.
Oh, so he's not like giving it to the thirsty children of like Nigeria. And rather than give them the tequila, he decided to keep it for himself. I think that's smart. I think that's.
Oh, poor George.
I think it's
He
wonderful.
just wanted to like save his tequila.
And he welcomed love into his life. After swearing off of it, he found someone, and she found him. And
Amala Alamuddin.
Amal Alamuddin.
I like her name.
And she's gorgeous.
I just want to say,
beautiful.
Now she's Amal Clooney.
Amal.
Upgrade.
Amal Clooney.
Trading
Amal
up.
Clooney. Oh my gosh. Can we please be the first people to come up with this little remix? Amal Clooney. Amal Clooney. Who's all Clooney? Amal Clooney. Amal Clooney.
All right, this is really terrible. We are horrible at this. Well, since they spent so
guess
much
I'm
money
terrible.
in Tuscany, since where we are, of course, we're in Tuscany. I think it's only fair to talk about some of our extravagant dating habits. And when I mean extravagant, I mean our cheap dating tips. Yeah, so I want to know. I want to know first. Should we go to our guests? No, we don't want to blindside him. Marilyn, what's hashtag? What's one of your cheap dating tips for the world, the cyber world we're talking to right now?
Well, I don't know if this is a tip exactly, but it's something cheap that I did recently that backfired on me.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to go on a date and I realized I was out of my normal like little coconut body lotion stuff.
What is
stripper lotion?
Is that like your scent, the Maryland scent?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of my thing because I'm a waitress, so like I wear things that go along with food instead of contrast with the food, because I care. And
thank you.
So anyway, I was out of it and I was going on this date, and so I was like, oh, I have coconut oil. Good alternative.
It has the word coconut in it.
Right? So I put a little on my wrists, I put a little my ears and on my neck and my cleavage. And then I was on the date, and this was when we were like having crazy hot weather happening out here.
I
in
thought you were
LA,
going to say
like,
crazy hot something else.
crazy hot sex. But it was so hot out here, and it was like at least 110 degrees at one point. Anyway, flies everywhere and all over me because I was wearing coconut oil. It was terrible.
Were they like the little gnats? Or were they like the big like horse flies?
There were gnats, there were horse flies, there were probably other things that
It was
I
like
didn't
a
even know.
smattering of...
Oh yeah, at one point one flew into my boobs. I'm like, ah! I didn't mean to scream.
Like
into the
dive
microphone.
bombed you?
Yeah, totally dive bombed. Anyway, so that did not work out.
So
And
the
that was
tip
me
is to not...
the tip is don't use coconut oil instead of coconut lotion.
Don't just substitute the word that is in your favorite fragrance with the actual thing.
Exactly.
Because you will have flies. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and share, and then we'll go to Nate for him to share his cheap dating tip. But my hashtag cheap dating tip is: do you ever like invite someone over to your house to like cook for them?
Oh, of course.
I mean, I think that in itself is a good cheap dating tip. Like let me cook for you instead of let me like take you out and blah 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 and whatever. And that way we're also closer to my abode, my humble bedroom. But I there's been times that I have been hard to come by, like the more expensive parts of cooking, which is like usually the alcohol. So if I'm cooking something like a nice like lasagna or something like that, of course you pair it with wine, right? Well, I didn't have I didn't have like a nice bottle of wine to open for the date. So I took a bottle that I had been saving on top of my fridge that was like a nice bottle. And it was like a nice bottle of wine that I had spent all of like $18 on. So it was a really nice bottle of wine in my day. But I took $2 Chuck and I filled it back up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you filled a more expensive bottle of wine with some cheap wine.
That's exactly what I did.
In order to impress
and it
a
worked.
date.
She had no idea.
Oh, good.
That's part of it. You got to make sure that she doesn't know her wine. Otherwise, Miss Sommelier Datey is not going to be too impressed.
Otherwise, it'd be like, damn that Trader Joe's.
I'd be like, the cork must have been loose or something.
Yeah, exactly. You can always blame it on the cork.
Hashtag blame it on the cork. Nate, what do you got, my friend? Split checks equals no sex.
Oh yeah.
You really think so?
No, not necessarily.
As you like rip it up and throw it in the trash can.
I throw it away.
Yeah, I'm not that committed.
I'm trying to think. So a tip for something cheap. To be honest, what I normally do is, especially if you're doing like online dating, you definitely want to try to make it. I feel like you want to try to make it like as low risk as possible. I usually try to settle for like a coffee date or a beer or two, something like that, just to at least get acquainted with the other person. I know that's not the most romantic idea in the world, but realistically, you're two strangers meeting each other for the first time, and the moment you see that person, within the first like 5-10 seconds whether or not you either want to fuck this person or
oh my god,
you want to leave.
Well, isn't it FML or FMK?
Fuck my life?
No, like F, marry, and kill. That's usually that's usually where it's gonna go.
It's one of the other. It sounds like Marilyn disagrees with me here.
She just disagrees with your use of the word fuck.
Yeah, I don't. But no, Nathan actually wanted to say, I hate coffee dates for a first date.
Ooh.
I don't mind the cheapness of like just going out for one beer or something like that. I agree with that on a first date, on a first meet, especially online. You're meeting somebody for the first time. But I don't like coffee because it leaves no room for romance at all.
So much more romance in booze.
No, not about the booze. It's about the late night, like having like a little bit of a dark lighting situation. You're gonna dress a little bit differently. Like for me, I want even a first meet to have a little opportunity for romance or a little opportunity for hoping for something more.
Nate, to you for the rebuttal.
I want to jump in here real quick. No, I absolutely agree. I totally agree with what you're saying. From my perspective of dating is that like there are times where I try to put it out there. Option like we can either do a coffee date or we can go out for a drink.
The either or.
Oh, okay.
I try not to push one or the other. I give them the option because what I've sort of felt like. And actually, I've had a couple friends of mine tell me this before, female friends, that if a guy tells me he wants to go out and get a drink, at first, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about him. Mm-hmm. Immediately, I get the assumption it's like, oh, he just wants sex.
Okay, well then this is my proposal to that, my counter proposal. You do the drink at 7:00 instead of 9 or 10. You know what I mean? Do one drink at 7:00 and what?
Marilyn just doesn't want to be up all night. She's like, I'm gonna not be able to wake up in the morning.
Hey,
I'm
look,
gonna
I
be
got a
so
waitress at 7 a.m. I don't got the time.
Listen, us ladies, we need the dark room. We need the Sybil Shepherd filter.
The beauty rest.
But we like a little romance. We like the chance for it.
I agree. I think I definitely can see that.
It sets everybody up for more success, like at night.
Marilyn, speaking of setting up for success, you've been following a show pretty closely.
Married at First Sight.
Yeah, you've been telling us a lot about this recently.
Yeah.
Just kind of get us up to speed. What was this show all about?
Well,
that's us.
That's not it. Go back.
That's not it.
Don't put me in charge of anything. So basically, 3 couples in New York all agreed to get married without even seeing each other until they arrived at the altar. And the show just ended, and we watched the journey through all these people, like so many great stories. And at the end, just last week, we saw 6 months later, and we saw that 2 of the couples stayed together and 1 of the couples stayed divorced because they were given the option to divorce or stay married at the end of the experiment.
Married at first sight. Mm-hmm. Kind of.
So this is like an arranged marriage.
It's like an arranged marriage, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I thought it was really interesting because one of the women like totally like fell in love with this guy that she would never have been just to normally, like on a street or in a bar or even at a party. Like this really great guy, and now they're like totally together because she opened up her mind. She said, okay, I'm committed to this. I'm married to him, so I might as well get to know him. You know, I thought it was pretty great. What do you guys think about that?
You know, I gotta say, it's gotta be a little scary, like just jumping up there, especially on like signing up for. I mean, I would probably guess there's probably some like ulterior motive, like I want to be on TV, so on and so forth. But chancing, like doubling down on your like future with a person, I don't know. That to me is like, that's a little stressful.
I would totally do it.
I dig it.
I would totally do it.
I think it's turning the whole like bachelor, bachelorette, blah, blah, blah on. You know what? We're going to start with the wedding.
Right?
Wow. So like,
and it's making it be a commitment, so you have to stick with it.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it.
So ladies, you season 2, are you signing up? Are you auditioning for this show?
Hey, well, I have a boyfriend right now, but
I mean, I've got someone
totally.
I've got someone like halfway special. But I would maybe think about
I'd say
it.
forget about it. There's got to be like $1 million in this or something, right?
No, I don't think so.
Do they get any prize money?
I don't think so.
You get
I think the prize is the free wedding.
I was going to say you get the free wedding.
You get the free wedding, the free reception. All
weddings
that.
can be $13 million.
Apparently so. If you're if you're Amula Clooney.
Did I mention that the engagement ring? $750,000.
That's disgusting.
God, he cheaped out.
$750,000.
He cheaped out. Wait, I think Nathan has something to say.
May I interject here real quick, ladies? I want to ask you something, and I want to get your opinion on this. As you're talking about George Clooney here and his extravagant $13 million wedding, which I think is fantastic if you can do that. But really, is it such a bad thing to have like a wedding or wedding reception in the backyard of, say, like your new home, or maybe your parents' home, or a family's home, something like that, to where it feels more family and it's a bit more just grounded in?
No, of course not.
Hashtag my dream wedding. Hashtag
thank you.
Rules for cheap dating.
I was going to say,
saying.
I think that's cheap wedding tip. I think
cheap wedding tip number 1.
Guys, there is nothing cheap about getting married.
What?
No, getting married in a backyard. Actually, though, I would love that.
I know.
If there were lots of white Christmas lights everywhere. Just lots of them. Like, so I felt like I was being swarmed by fireflies.
You can polish any turd with enough white Christmas lights.
Just
saying.
You
I think there is
any
something.
Tard?
I think
Turd, Marilyn.
I thought that's what you said.
I was trying to change the subject, and you ladies took it to turds, but
turds and tards.
That's what it's all about. It's all about the turds and the tards. Well,
oh my God.
I don't know how to move on to this next topic, but you know, internet dating's a big thing right now, right? We've got Tinder, we've got I think even like Foursquare is trying to get into the game of like the dating thing. Like, let me know when your friends are around. The Swarm. I don't know if that's a dating thing.
Oh, there's this new thing called Slinger.
Slinger?
What? Yeah, it's an app where like you can buy someone a drink.
Oh my gosh!
From being in the same bar?
From an app, yes. So you're in the same bar and you buy someone a drink via your app.
Isn't there already a middleman involved in the buying the drink? It's called the bartender. Like, why do you have to add a piece of technology to this mix, too?
Welcome to our world.
Well, you know, Facebook, MySpace, you know, those have been construed to be, like, part of the dating game. But there was, like, kind of the OG dating site that I think we wanted to talk about. Either of you heard of hotenough.org?
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
This was a .org before it was cool to be a .org.
Yeah, I think so.
Marilyn, you know a little bit about this?
I'm going limp.
You limped your microphone?
What do I do? No, I know how to do it. Okay. Yeah, hotenough.org right here. You have this?
I don't have that.
Oh, dang it. Well, anyway, so okay. I don't know why it's not coming up. But so when I first moved to LA and my boyfriend and I broke up, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to see if I can get on hotenough.org," and I wasn't able to do it. Like,
First
I
of
put
all, what is hotenough.org?
Okay. Good point. It's a website. It's a dating website that has been around, I think, since 2007. That's as far back as I could date it on the wiki. But you have to be hot and fit and hot, fit, and cute, whatever. Like, I mean, you get voted like a percentage. Like if you don't.
Wait, who does the voting?
An administrator now. Whoever that guy is.
Some guy that's like, she's
Yeah.
a 2.
I mean, but back in
totally Nate.
She's like an 8.
But no, back in 2007, like when I tried to do it, you actually got voted on by members, and like the first 10 members voted on you. Like they saw your pictures and they're like down or up or down or up or whatever. So I don't know. It's kind of gross, and I can't believe it still exists.
I want to do it.
It still exists. So this is a 4, 8. What's my math?
Wait,
It's 9.
8,
Is that 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Yeah.
7 years.
7 years. 7-year-old dating
Did
site.
not know what you're
That's
trying to figure
like
out.
caveman. That's like
This is a
freaking
caveman website. Even.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think maybe we should all try to get on there again.
I totally wanna
have
do
some
it.
cuter pictures now.
Okay.
see.
All right. So here's the challenge for the week. So
Okay.
challenge hotenough.org. We all got to get on this thing.
Now, my challenge
Let's try.
for all of us is it's got to be a current picture.
Got to be current pictures.
It's gotta be.
I mean, to
no
go
deception.
along with our, our rule for this
But
week.
can it be a current picture with a wig?
You know what?
And we will discuss that next week.
I'm interested. Let us know how that goes over.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
so
thank
here
you.
we are on Rules for Dating, issuing the challenge for the week. We're all going to get on hotenough.org and see if we make the cut. So, Nate, do you want to be a part of this? You want to report back in?
I
He's like, what is it?
unmute.
Yeah. No, you bet your ass I do. And I'll tell you what.
He's not wearing any pants. I want that to be the body. I want that to be the body shot, Nate.
Oh my God. Best guest ever.
All right,
And
stand
first
and walk
guest
away,
ever.
Nate. Stand and walk away.
Stand
Come
up.
on, you can do it.
It's
Stand up, walk away.
Stand
All
up
right.
and walk away.
Shows. Oh,
Jerk.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
This is getting a little too much for us. Well, that's it for our Rules for Dating first live show ever. I want to thank my guest, Nathan Ray Clark, at Nathan Ray Clark. If you want to tweet me, mofos, tweet him. Oh, wait, put it back up there, Nathan. We dropped it down. Nathan Ray Clark from Texas. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Tweet him, mofos. If you want to tweet us, we're available on Twitter, as well as a couple different other sites. Twitter at R4DTV for Dating the show
Rude.
on Twitter. So I'm sorry, you got an R4DTV. If you want to hit us up on Instagram or also on Facebook, it's Rules for Dating /Rules for Dating. So hit us up. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on another episode of Rules for Dating. See you later.
Are we off?
Yep.